Hello Aries, thank you for joining me, great to have you, and thank you so much for liking and sharing my videos. And for those new to my channel, welcome. Do subscribe so you don't miss out on any future updates. So I'm going to invite Great Spirit, Angels and Guides to join me in this reading for the Aries viewers. And tap into the frequency of Aries for any messages that you have for Aries' highest good and for the good of all concerned. Thank you. We'll start there with that. Okay, 10 of Wands reversed here in the area that is governing your expression and your freedom of expression as well. So Aries, the 10 of Wands there is letting you know that the journey has been a bit tough on you, and it's now time for you to share the load. The Ace of Swords is also reversed there, and that is in the second house for you, Aries. And that's about your self-worth and how you make your money, your own financial resources. And the Ace of Swords reversed is a message of you're a bit confused, or you're feeling that sense of confusion there with that. And it's connected to your sense of commitment. Okay? Are you really committed to this way of earning your income? And then you have in this area of the third house, the Queen of Pentacles. Now, she is a very fruitful queen, and the Queen of Pentacles is about confidence and determination. It's also nurturing in this area of intellectual relationships, communication, transport. You have the Wheel of Fortune here in the area of home and family. Now that is reversed, so that is letting you know that even though you've been working really hard and trying to get through all the confusion, this is saying that the universe has another plan, and that don't press your luck in connection with family, home, private life. Can also govern real estate. Ah, lovely. In the fifth house of your creativity and hobbies, children, matters of the heart, where you find your joy, you have the Seven of Pentacles. So that's letting you know you've got some choice in those areas. Could be to do with children, or could be to do with your love life, artistic pursuits, but you'll find the joy there and find the bliss, because you're in a position of making a choice about your personal goals and your options and your directions that you want to go in that area. King of Wands here in the area of work, your well-being, your diet, hygiene, co-workers and working conditions. Okay, it's your mind and your body is represented by the 6th house area. Now the King of Wands reversed is letting me know that you've been going through a bit of a rough patch there, but you can put the flames out on a difficult situation, whether it's to do with your health or your working conditions. So if it's been getting a bit hot in the kitchen, you can get out of the kitchen. Okay, so that's good news. Temperance here for you in relationship area. Now I do like this, whether it's reversed or whether it's around the right way, but it is letting you know in regards to business relationships, marriage, partnerships, even worthy opponents come under this area of the 7th house. So it is letting me know here with Temperance that you need to meet some deadlines, and you may find that there is something being revealed to you. A truth is coming out, something that you may have been maybe told a white lie to or about. The truth is going to be revealed. So be careful if you've been feeling a bit pushed and tried to cover something up, because this is letting you know that in partnership areas, business or marriage or friendships or worthy opponents, yeah, the truth will be revealed. Oh, lovely. Well, I do feel that it's going to work in your favour. So if anybody's been trying to, pull the wool over people's eyes about you, it's going to backfire on them, because you have the 4 of Wands, which is a beautiful card, especially to have there in the area of other people's money, shared resources, inheritances, your emotional values. Okay, and the 4 of Wands is about good luck and living life to the fullest. So it's saying to you that you're on the path of celebrating a completion, because you've mustered the courage to attain your goals, and you can temporarily relax and enjoy the fruits of your creative endeavours. Lovely. 3 of Swords. Now this is always a bit of an ominous card, and it does represent emotional pain or physical pain. It can also be that you are healing from that sort of pain. Or you may find being in this area of the ninth house, which is about overseas travel, foreign cultures, religion, your abstract mind, speculation. So you may find that you've been a bit stuck in that area, or there may have been some sort of dispute that you've had to sort of fight your way to get your point of view across, because this is sort of about the higher mind area. And if you're in a situation where you're just trying to decide about, you know, maybe going to higher education, or you may be also being told what direction you've got to go in for your education, it's letting you know that, you know, your heart may not be in it. It's really not what you want to do and you want to start over. But just check in with yourself that it's not your fears that are stopping you from going in that direction. Okay, maybe your fears are holding you back. Four of Swords here in the area of your reputation, the zenith of the wheel, is about returning to action. So there's been a time of retreat, which we all have been experiencing, having to retreat from our normal furious activity, but in a way that's letting us have a little bit more work-life balance as well. But the Four of Swords is an action card. It's returning to activity. And it may not be completely normal, but it's the new pathway that is opening up, which will become normal because, you know, we're adjusting here to different ways of being normal. Okay, but take one step at a time and don't push yourself. And there may be some of you out there with that Three of Swords next to this Four of Swords that may have had an illness, or you've had to have, you know, some sort of procedure that you've had to have done, and this is letting you know that there's recovery from that. Okay. And then there's the Seven of Swords here in your hopes and wishes area. Friendships, groups, and long-term objectives with the Seven of Swords. So that's needing your own space. So you're sort of returning to activity. So things may have been a bit hectic. And, you know, I really feel that there's a recovery going on, and that's got a lot to do with your own space as well. And you probably do want to hear from some of your friends or socialise in some of your group activities. But Aries, I feel that you're sort of adjusting to having your own space and doing your own thing. And the Six of Cups here in the area of your subconscious. It's what is hidden or behind the scenes. It's also the area of karmic debt. Okay, so with the Six of Cups, that's letting you know that there's time for you to reflect on the past and restore harmony, reminiscing, and renewing old ties. So you're feeling that is where you want to put your attention and keep the focus on that kind of thing, which is really also going a long way to this healing that I'm being shown here, because you're able to focus more on the good times and the positive times. So now I will show you where, with the Zodiac cards, where the planets are for you, Aries, okay? So we'll start with the moon. Now the moon is actually in the first house this month for you, Aries, okay? So you've got moon in Aries, the full moon in Aries, and that's on the 1st, 2nd, depending on where you are, location wise, of October in Aries. So that's a good time for new beginnings, new projects, looking out for new opportunities. And also in here you have Mars. So I've just got to find the appropriate cards. There we go. So Mars is also in Aries. Now Mars is retrograde. Okay. So that energy is about the deeper understanding of relationships when the first house is being triggered. Okay. Now it's a very primal energy, is Mars, and I've got it reversed there around because it's in retrograde. So if you're feeling out of balance, it can be destructive. All right. So you're best to use that energy because it's your first house, and the way you express yourself and your freedom of expression. And the first house is about the physical part of us, and it's the polarity of relationships. It's about maintaining appropriate boundaries in relationships. Okay, now also with the moon in Aries, that's going to be affecting Chiron. So there's also a bit of a spiritual awakening occurring for you now. Now you may have memories haunting you, or you may just be reflecting on lessons that you've learnt from the past. And there is a bit of a sense of serendipity involved with all this as well. Now Mars retrograde is also about things heating up. And you could be coming across Aries quite blunt and honest, whether people want to hear it or not, or you may be receiving a blunt, honest opinion from someone, whether you want to hear it or not. It's that Mars energy is that kind of thing. Now then you have in your second house, you have Uranus. And Uranus is also retrograde. So affecting your second house, this is about understanding your true merit and self-worth, as opposed to values that you may have adopted from learned responses. So your focus is on maintaining a sense of your own personal integrity. But fundamental changes are occurring with Uranus retrograde in the second house. You could experience sudden change. Could be with your own value system or money, your income. But it's also a liberating energy, the Uranus energy. Okay? So Uranus retrograde in Taurus will give you the opportunity to view your life in a new light. So you can expect the unexpected. And it's a great time for new insight and releasing earthly attachments in favour for spiritual rewards, which is very nice. Now, Venus, for you, Aries, is direct, and it's here in your 6th house, and it's going into Virgo on the 3rd of October. So you may be finding that you are seeking meaningful relationships, but they're for a practical reason. It's got practical sense connected to it. And you could even find that you're very punctual and expect the same from others, for them to be neat and tidy, precise and punctual. And definitely liking having everything detailed and done sort of, you know, perfectly. That's what you're looking for. That's what you enjoy. So that Venus in Virgo is going to help you, Aries, get things on track. Especially seeing this is the work house and your health. So you're really getting on top of that. And then we have on the 15th of October, the new moon here in the 7th house. And that is in Libra. So there, on an emotional level, you will be seeking harmony and feeling the peace and harmony and focusing on your marriage or your pursuit for a potential partner even. Okay? So this is a very socializing energy here and really enjoying your artistic pursuits as well. So there will be partnerships in your life will be highlighted, and you can make your new moon intentions here on the 15th of October as well. Now, on the 23rd of October, the Sun moves into Scorpio, so that's taking place in the 8th house. So the Sun in Scorpio is intense and passionate. So that's really going well with this Four of Wands, because that is a sign of really good luck there. So you're under favourable energies here from the 23rd onwards, and because this is in its sun, the Sun for you, Aries, is in its own house, so it's in it's dignified, as they call it. Okay, so a lot of your activities will centre around that 8th house stuff, Now the 8th house is about financial resources that you share with others, inheritances, emotional values, taxes, government, that kind of thing. And also, on the 29th of September, your Mercury went into Scorpio. Okay? Now, Mercury goes retrograde on the 14th of October. So you make sure you use your resources well, because this is about what you've got to use as your resources and your backup. And there's a tendency here for you to really delve into the core of something, preferring to get to the bottom of the matter is more appealing to you than superficial knowledge. It's also a time of messages and information that you receive from people that support you, other people and their support. It's the regeneration area of the wheel. It covers legal matters, transformation, sexuality, battles, that kind of thing. Okay? Now, the interesting part is Jupiter has gone direct. Yay! The planet of freedom, expansion, opportunity. And the 30th of October, there is a destiny and good fortune aspect in the form of a person or an event. So Jupiter direct in your 10th house of career and reputation, the zenith of the wheel, is letting you know to make room for the bounty in your life. It's also being joined by Saturn, which has also gone direct on the 29th of September, so that's a good move forward for everybody, but this is in your career and your reputation. So there's still the same meaning for Saturn, because he is the hard taskmaster. So rules and regulations and traditions, the Lord of Karma, but he's moving forward. So you should feel that you're able to really move forward in your life. And finally, we have Pluto that has been retrograde for what feels like forever. Finally, Pluto goes direct on the 4th of October. And Pluto is the soul. Pluto is the planet that won't let you move forward with anything unless it is in alignment with your highest good. So if you've been plugging away and being responsible and law-abiding and not taking any risks, because Pluto and Saturn aren't very favourable in retrograde for taking risk, then you will be reaping some rewards out of this. You will reap what you sow. So Pluto deconstructs and it cuts ties with the past, so there may be some sort of karmic release that you need to finally let go of, but the change is coming, so from the 4th of October onwards. Now, interestingly enough, the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction, and it's in orb at the moment, it is a good sign because it lets you know that there's always a way financially. So if you've been struggling, this is also letting you know that there's a way through that struggle, as long as you avoid taking any risks or risky behaviour. So even though you may have felt things being unsettled, or there's been upheaval or disorientation, just sit back and contemplate and see it as a sign that there needs to be something in your career or outer life that needs to be recreated to bring more appropriate balance for your inner and outer stability. Okay? And Neptune for you Aries people is also also in reverse, because it's in retrograde. And it's in the area of the 12th house in Pisces. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto are all in Capricorn still. So Neptune here reversed in the 12th house is letting you know that you are at a stage of recognizing you are a soul and that your body is your vehicle. So there's health and body issues going here, because the axis there between the 12th and the 6th is being activated with the Venus transiting your 6th house and Neptune retrograde in your 12th house. So I do feel with that Venus there in direct motion that this health issue that you've been dealing with, that shows me up here that you've been recovering from or working through, is being very nicely aspected, because you've got this Venus showing up here in your area of well-being, health, hygiene, and your physical routines. So you've really been working on it, if for those of you that have been suffering. Otherwise, it's also letting me know for the other Aries that are not really experiencing health issues, that this is a big shift in your working life, and you're determined to get it perfectly right for you with that Venus in Virgo there. Okay? So the Neptune up here is heightening your senses in this area of what's behind the scenes. It's a psychic house. It's ruled by Pisces. So it's where you're highly tuned in. Your antennas are very strong here through October, Aries. Your antennas are up. Say, now, one of the messages is for you to take some time for meditation, prayer, all the Neptune inspiring energies, artistic pursuits, music, writing. Neptune loves music and creative endeavours, and also that you are adapting your expectations of yourself and your loved ones, and finding where you can forgive and forget, and where you've let fear rather than love rule aspects of your life. Okay? So very interesting month ahead for us all, really. Now I will just ask for your angel message. What's your guardian angel for October? that will be with you, Aries. It's wanting to jump. There we go. There we are. Okay. So, you have two angels. You have the angel of past life. So there's a past life energy playing out at the moment. That's the serendipity, the destiny energy that is with you this month very strongly, Aries. And the angel of the night sky, number 32. So you have number 24 and 32, Aries. So I'll just look those up for you. And your message from the angel of past lives is memories of your previous lives make you who you are today. So that can be your past in this life, or can be a past life from hundreds of years ago. Do you know, Aries, what you were in a past life, or who you were, who you were in the past life? Your affirmation when you're feeling that you're having a karmic experience and destined experience, feeling that serendipity: I have lived many lives and I have known many masters. The wisdom I gain in the past is within me. Lovely. And then you also have the angel of the night sky, which is, you are wise soul of the universe. The night sky will give you the answer that you seek to guide your soul. And there is a lot of soul energy. You really are shining that light out. And your affirmation is, I am guided and enlightened by my angel of the night sky. I have clarity and wisdom. I know that I am never alone. Which also is interesting, because you also have that card there that's letting me know that you are wanting some of your own space. There's someone in your social circles or organisations, groups, that you maybe don't trust 100% also. So if you have any questions about that, do get in contact with me and I can look into that for you a little bit deeper. Now, also, oh, what was that? Also, I have here your Akashic Tarot message from the Akashic Records, which I'm using at this part of the year because of the profound spiritual significance of the changes that we're coming into now, and the past lives that have affected us all here, especially through 2020, more so than any other time I can remember. I mean, there's times in your life where you know that, you know, there's profound change taking place, but it doesn't usually last the whole year, and it doesn't usually involve the whole of humanity. So, yeah, so what is Aries Akashic Records message? Oh, you have the forces, and it's summer and winter, which is the solstice. And the northern hemisphere is in autumn, going into winter, and we're in spring in the southern hemisphere going into summer. And it's reversed. So I'll just look that up for you too, because I'm still actually investigating these cards and learning, and I truly do enjoy it. They're beautiful messages from the Akashic Tarot. So you've received it reversed. So the winter shows snow-covered trees on the landscape. Okay, so it's winter. So that lets you know that you're in a yin cycle, the winter side being up, right. So it's a time of receptivity and going inward and taking stock. So this phase may call for you to be less active in the world. And you definitely don't really want to have to deal with the outside world if you can avoid it. You just want to heal from it. You want action in your career and in your profession, but you also, I feel, would be happy if you didn't have to go out and forge ahead in it too quickly. So that may be why you're taking stock as well. So, however, it is a quiet energy that pays off later. The passive receptive state is a good time to meditate, to connect with spirit, and especially to make future plans. The winter cycle is often filled with inner activity mixed with peaceful retreat. Your external life may still require some sort of action. Be sure to undertake it with focus and inner peace. Remember to relax and regroup. Let yourself make plans for the beginning that is coming with the spring, while yielding to the receptive energy of the time. So Aries, to draw upon this energy, close your eyes and with a deep breath fill yourself with the calm and receptive energy of yin energy. Sense what situation in your life requires a peaceful yielding now. Then take another deep breath, exhale the yin and then inhale the yang. Feel creative and powerful yang energy fill you. Where do you want to apply speed and action most in your life right now? So that's your message and the confirmation message for this reading. So thank you, Aries, so much for joining me. Sending many blessings. If you would like further information and would like me to look into this even more for you, please do let me know in the comments or send me an email. All the information is there in the description box below. Sending you much love and much peace. Namaste.